How's it going, y'all? Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we are going to be taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Pumpkin Wrapper. This is a super fun figure with some great accessories, so let's stop wasting time and get into it. Let's do this. So let's start off as we do with talking about how Pumpkin Wrapper looks. This figure is just fantastic sculpt. It's all original sculpt, though it is based off what appears to be the Time Force Red Ranger body that we got. I say that mostly because you get some really good articulation in the hips, like you get almost full splits. More on that obviously in articulation, but it's definitely worth noting that the body shape of this gives it a lot of mobility. Not much of a wash. You get a little bit on the head, a little bit down here at the collar piece, and then some green paint, and that's about it in terms of aesthetics. Oh, and there's a little light orange ring here in his left eye, and that's about it. All right, for the real fun part, let's talk about the accessories that Pumpkin Wrapper comes with. He comes with a lot. He is definitely a deluxe figure. All the accessories absolutely tie into his character and were relevant to the episode he appeared in, and they're just fun to pose with and really put in, and gives you a ton of options for photos and all that other stuff. As you can see here, first thing he comes with, the first thing you see in the package really is the 3 pumpkin heads, and you can see I got one back here, one on my other putty, and then I've got Red Ranger here dealing with some issues. Those all fit right onto the pegs. It's definitely a snug fit, so be a little careful with it, but you shouldn't encounter any issues. After that, he has 2 snares or whips. I got one in his left hand right here, and then you get another larger one, which will probably fit around another figure, which is pretty cool. Then you get the energy effect. The energy effect kind of as he's putting the pumpkins onto the heads. This is the motion I'm doing, I guess. It's kind of spirit fingers. But it looks really cool, casting just kind of translucent green plastic. And lastly, you have some additional hands. So as you can see, his right hand is currently the evil half point sort of finger. He's gripping with his left. He also has a right gripping hand and a left fist. And that'll do it for accessories. Getting into another area where this figure truly shines is the articulation. He really has a surprising amount, certainly more than I expected, and he balances a lot better than I expected him to. Especially with that big ass head, I figured he was going to be falling all over the place, and the feet, while big, are pretty narrow, and I figured that was going to be more of a hindrance than a help. I was very wrong, and I'm happy I was wrong. As you can see, we can do full crisscross applesauce seat, which looks like, I love when figures can do that. That is just, it's a sign that they did the right amount of hip articulation. That makes me beyond happy. So we got fully that sort of deal. Wow, I'm giving him weird legs now. We're gonna get to the ankles in a second. I'm not gonna make them fully stand just yet, and I'll talk about that when I get there. We're gonna go from the top down. So for his head, a lot more articulation than you would expect. I figured this would just be sitting on there and kind of doing its thing, but there's actually a ball joint under there. I'm not gonna take it off, but as you can see, I'm actually able to tilt it up, tilt it down. You can get a little bit to the side, and it goes all the way around, of course, because again, it's a ball joint. So really more expression in the head than I figured there would be, which is just wonderful. Going down, we start to get to our standard Power Rangers Lightning Collection articulation. So you get your butterfly joints, which not quite as crazy with this little collar piece, but that's fine. Bicep swivel. You got your double jointed elbows with full range. Only thing getting in the way is this. You got your swivel and your hinge on your wrists. You got the ball joint, giving you full round. Can come really far forward. He's not standing, so the look is right. There you go. Fully standing. All the way back. There's a lot of possibilities there for poses and fight scenes. Hips, again, my favorite part here. Comes pretty much all the way out. I mean, that's better than most of the Rangers. So Hasbro, get on this. Make every Ranger like this. This is the way they should be kicking and doing all that sort of stuff. Coming down to the knees. Double bend, comes pretty far. The little cuff here on the boot, restricting that a little bit, but not too much. And speaking of which, we get our boot cut, and we have the ankles, so we can come down that far, so you get a really nice toe point, and you can come pretty far forward. Actually, enough is definitely going to help out. My joints here at the and the ankle rocker, of course, all the way out. Just a word of warning that, especially on mine, these ankles are really tight. There's a little bit of stressing on the pins, so that makes me wary, and I try to be as careful as possible here. Get nervous even doing that, but ultimately it looks great. And yeah, that'll do it for articulation. Okay, and coming towards the end of things here, let's do some size comparisons to see how the pumpkin wrapper sizes up, starting first, of course, with some other more standard Lightning Collection figures. And moving up, let's go to the kind of industry standard, if you will, the Marvel Legends. I'm trying to go with as standardized bodies as I can here with what I have in my collection. Moving out to one more Hasbro series, Hasbro property. Let's look at G.I. Joe Classified series. And moving on from there, let's go to some imports. Starting off with another tokusatsu heavy company, so looking at SH Figuarts, which tend to scale small with a lot of domestic stuff, especially looking at Belial here, who's especially small next to Pumpkin Wrapper. And another set of imports, we're looking at one of my favorite companies, Storm Collectibles. Both their Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat lines, the more recent Mortal Kombat lines, so those scale larger than the old school ninjas do. And finally, rounding things out, let's start off with the Legacy line, which does scale a little more true to what the show scaling was. So those of you who have more of a gripe with the scaling with the Monster series and you still have your Legacy stuff, that works out. And finally, let's go for the Articulated Icons me as a ninja that I'm going for here. And there you go. That'll do it for the size comparisons. And final thoughts. Do I think Pumpkin Wrapper is worth it? Do I think you should buy him? Absolutely. Fantastic figure, great sculpt. Articulation's great, accessories are absolutely superb. Just an absolutely fun figure, so you should own it. So if it's available, by all means go out and get it. I'll probably link to a couple of stores in the description below. And with that being said, thank you once again for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I'm still kind of new to this and I'm having fun with it, so I hope that's coming across, and I hope you're enjoying these reviews. So let me know what you think of it, and let's talk in the comments. So with that being said, thank you again. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Peace.